So good to see you all from different homes. We have made this cyberspace our home to become visible to one another. Means that is a way proof indication that we can be present at different places at the same time. So those capabilities are within us. Only we have not explored them. How is your practice? Each one's is going. And this is not a question. This is just a reminder.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it has been on and off, frankly.
Uh, uh,
Yeah, I need to be more regular.
yes, it should be on because it will help in life processes. That should down upon us. See, and this I keep reminding all the time that we should always be nestled in our spiritual dimension because now even see this pandemic is happening. You see, in one day, this is a wonder. No? One day, instruction is issued that everybody should wear mask, and everybody puts on mask almost worldwide.
Yeah.
That means something which matters to people, how perceptive they are about it. So they wore mask because of the fear, not because of love or something. That I will be adversely affected if I do something which is good. You do meditation, it is good. No, they will not listen to it. So the point here is that something which is good, that should be heard more clearly and should be applied because that will save
Right.
from such things. Save from such things. And it is overall good. When I say overall good, that means suppose somebody passes away, that has to happen anyway. It's only a matter of time. So if they are nestled in their spiritual dimension, then they will stay in that stage of existence. Otherwise, they'll come down because of their tendencies. They are in higher consciousness. The next birth happens if they could not dissolve their all karmas. So you are not dissolving whole karma, then you will be born according to karma. And if you have dissolved all, then there are two things. Either you will be born on your volition that I want to get birth, or you say, suppose your whosoever you consider God says that no, I want to serve what next. That way. There are only two ways. Otherwise, third is karma. That is not the way that's compulsory. Essential and compulsion that operates everywhere. These are the nature's ways. Either you work under compulsion or you work for the essential things. So those who work for the essential, they do not fall under compulsion, except to the time their karma marjara, we say, happens. All karma are demolished. Isliye, we should always be connected. We never forget our own reality, who we are. And that is where the practice comes. Nothing else. So no negativity should come near us. Practice keeps that. That confidence you will develop when you are doing practice, that confidence will keep becoming very high. And one day you will find yourself very different. This swarth and parmarth thing you will understand very well. That how, because and something is said like this, that when we do parmarth, our swarth is taken care. There is, when it comes through realization, then you enjoy it more. Your
Correct.
fear goes and everything. This is the way. But this much difference is there between one kind of person and another kind of person. So this is how it's in. Today I was telling that, no, listening. This is listening thing. The sushrusha, sravanam, grahanam, chadharanam, tatha. Then uhapoh, artha vigyanam, and tattva jnanam, chadhiguna. So this sloka is important because it is saying something very clear that how we should live. See the difference between Shruti and Smriti. Smriti is within us. When we forget, then somebody has to remind us. That is called Smriti. So Shruti, this sloka slowly leads us towards Shruti. This says Sushrusha, means keenness to listen. Then Sravanam, readiness to listen. Now there is a difference between keenness and readiness to listen. Then Grahanam, so what you have heard, to be in a position to retain that. And so this is third, and fourth is Dharanam, that is keeping that inside yourself, your heart. So Dharanam, two example, how you understand Dharanam. Like a seed. What is there inside a seed? Nothing. But it gives birth. It is so much focused in what it has to be that inside it has become nothing. That is called Dharanam. Two example in when one has to make this understand spirituality, these two examples are very apt. One is motherhood, another is this tree and motherhood. Through these two examples, we can understand very well how life is. Dharanam is that. Then this is uhapo, what you have understood, that reasoning for it and reasoning against it, both the direction. That if I do this, what is going to happen? That is, we say manan, dhyana, manan, and nididhyasana, or sravana, manan, and nididhyasana. So that manan, which is, see, they keep concising things. When time is not there, there are eight things I am telling, but they have done it into three: Sravan, Manan, Nididhyasana. But basically, these are eight. So today is little time, so I am telling that. So, for and against reasoning, doing on a concept, what you have understood, that it is good, what are pitfalls, what are its positive thing. So that is there. Uha, poha. Uha means to up, poha means to down. Then Artha Vijnana. Now this is little tricky because words have no meaning. Once you transcend in right way, then you enter the Artha Vijnana. That what does it mean here? How? Because when you become pure, then you know this means there is no confusion in that. Because this is moving towards subtlety. It is not moving towards grossness. Because now if you ponder, you say, oh, if I have to decide what is the meaning, how will I? Because you are now pondering over a level where it is gross. And you have gone deeper, then such things are not there. It is clear. No confusion. Every moment it is clear. So this is called Artha Vijnana. And then Tattva Jnana. What is Tattva Jnana? What you have decided that level that have become you. So this is the transformation from knowing to becoming. Tattva Jnanat. There is nothing greater than Tattva Jnana. That is why we say Tattva Jnana. Tattva. Ta means Tat, we say to the divinity God. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Tattva means thou art that. Tva means to, Tat means that. Thou art that. So when you have become one with that, that is the stage. Tattva Jnana. So you have that knowledge is not different from you, it has become you. Dhi Lakshana. These are 8. virtues, qualities of the. I say, what is the intelligence? When intelligence has to shine forth as wisdom, these are the things which make it happen. That is how. So this is a Vigyan, we say. It is not some people do not understand. Today that look, this David was telling very clearly that look what is happening in universities. They are telling all the knowledge, but they are not teaching you becoming. That is the whole problem.
Yeah,
For
that's
what
right.
all knowledge is meant, that thing is not being addressed. It's meant for you. is life, but that is not. So this is how we problem. So now I have told you, I am not telling too much to them. You can ask if you have something, and we can one by one we can ask a few questions, and whatever you have to speak, we will listen. Now I will listen.
I think I have one question, Guruji. This,
Yes.
today because of whatever pandemic happening outside and the way people have become so aware of the situation. Anywhere we go, don't touch, don't do this, don't. There are more don'ts than do's
Mm.
today, right? And
Mm.
I think living with fear has become the way of life. It is how it is. I mean, I am perceiving it today.
No, fear.
Even if somebody is stepping out, we have to take care that person is really following the things that we expect him to follow. Out of concern, basically. So concern, fear, these are the things which are largely occupying our mind than moving towards spirituality. So how do we overcome this is my real problem.
See, this is looking from perspective which is coming from outside looking at things. Because when you say this thing makes us not to go towards spirituality, it is other way around. If we are, as I told all these examples, when you become clear that what you should do in this situation if people are spiritual, then this will not affect them. The way means that their fear will not be there. Suppose a spiritual person also, I'm giving you an example, sitting on a border, China border. He is a soldier by profession and he is spiritual and he is facing enemy there. But he knows what he should do, so fear will not be there. I have given you extreme example, but when you are here also when we are moving around here and there, we can be cautious. But if we are spiritual, because spirituality is virtue, is that it removes your fear. That what is there, what you are. That's why I gave in the. You are repeating the same thing. As an example, I gave that people wore mask out of fear. That they are taking their life to be so dear that they are taking it. So it is good to value life. We say in Sahaj Smriti, you value life most, but not at the cost of virtues. So when we are people, you see the doctors are attending despite knowing that it is every day they are facing there. Anytime a small infection can happen to them also, and cases have happened. It is not that it is textbook case or something we are speaking. It's really happening. Few doctors are fortunately affected by that and face this kind of circumstance, but they did not run away from the duty and they were not scared. So yes, precaution we have to take, but if we are really spiritual, this fear will not be there. So long as fear is there, then till then we have to do our practice correctly. We are missing something. So इसे यतो यतः समीह से ततो नो अभयम कुरु, ये वेद वाक्य कि जहाँ जहाँ आप ठीक समझते हैं वहाँ वहाँ मुझे भय से दूर कर दे. Remove my fear wherever you deem fit. So this fear and is just that way only. It is spiritually we are from it. Fear from what? Are we not taking precaution enough? What are we scared? I said there is no death
In real terms, fear for what? So when you reason it clearly and you are attentive, yes, you are moving out, government have given you some guidelines, and these are, you are supposed to follow these. Who will follow those? Somebody else is not following. Only thing you can request, please you also follow. Fear, because fear will harm your system negatively. Your immunity will go. So don't do that. It is it's not correct way of looking at it. And vision has to change. You have to see it from the positive side of it. I understand that when you are really there and you feel some kind of thing, what happens? But it is there only that your spirituality is tested. It is not something hearsay or make believe world. It's real. So if you are real, then superfluous will not affect you beyond a point where it should affect. The worst things I have spoken can happen is this, and that in our understanding is not happening. So what else can make us fear? Quite the contrary, if we are fearless, then your immunity power will stay, your resistivity will stay, and you will act proactively wherever you are, more cautiously, because you will keep your peace. First victim of the fear is peace, and once peace is gone, then dhi is also gone.
Guruji?
Yes.
I want to know more about the daily quote, one of your daily quote, which we get from Deepa. So it says, Atma Sat, soul conscious doesn't fall. Those such ones also may have to undergo prarabdha.
Yes. So what is prarabdha? That should be clear. What we are doing right now, what is happening with us, that means we have a background. What we have, karma we have done, it is coming out, fruit comes after that only. Anything we do, generally we see in the world that it comes. So we have to, what karma we have done, we have to undergo that. But you will not be, because you are atmast, means you are nestled in your soul consciousness, that anyway, see, what people are scared of in life is mostly that I should not undergo misery, I should not undergo death. These are two fears roughly, isn't it? Other than that, if there is, that could be because of inertia, that I don't want to do also anything. So then at least for basic things only I am dealing with, that mostly these two things are there, that I should not be under miserable situations to deal with. And other things which are mental, I said, look, these are Soko, Moh, Sandeh, Brahm, that to, their remedy is there, that Guru is there, we say, you go there and these are removed. Because these are coming because of misunderstanding something, you are not understanding correctly, otherwise they don't exist. So when it is prarabdha, so it is karma, you have to undergo the fruit of that karma. But you are nestled in consciousness, so this which you are, while you are undergoing, you will not be affected from inside in your consciousness. This is, my karma is getting washed away. I should not be perturbed about it. So that is the meaning of it. That what earlier has been done, when we are in satsang, it is said from the this thing, what is a tradition we have been seeing, and in our lives also we can see that when we are moving towards divinity, then some even prarabdha is there, that is also little bit. Suppose something had to happen on road, may happen in dream, where our trust is very firm and clear, how firm we have become. So that is also somewhat keeps, otherwise why will people go? So such things are there, but we should not rely on anything other than our practice. So such things happen. That means we should always be doing our work, and this consciousness keeps us from the negativity that is generated while we are undergoing prarabdha. That is the meaning of it. Is it clear?
Yes, Guruji. Yes, thank you.
Should be up all the time, enthusiastic.
I have one more question from today morning's discussion, actually, Guruji.
Yeah, yes.
A lot of discussion happened about what is Maya, right? And I was wondering if we even have to think about it or ponder about it, because I don't think we are in a position to do away with it. I mean, we may be surrounded with so many things, and we get indulged into so many aspects of life, which could be in a discussion with somebody on Maya. It is endless topic, probably.
Yes.
But really, should we think about it so much?
No, not at all. We should not. Anything that doesn't need to be thought about it. See, this you and I are talking, this is also Maya. What it is? This is not me real or you real. We call real, which is always there. Do you consider we are going to be like this forever? Until we have come to know each other as we are. Swarup Avasthit. Till then, for one something is Maya, for another, see, this is how all stories we are told, that is, you know, aware, that Narad's story, that he was a very devoted saint, and he said, I am the one who is doing all the time Istadev's puja and remembering. But he develops an ego that he has won the desire. The next moment Maya is created and so beautiful woman is presented before him that he forgets what the world is, only this woman is there. So that is Maya for Vishnu, but not for Narad. For Narad that is reality. That is why he falls for it. So there are levels and levels of consciousness. That is Maya. That is called Maya. Maya is not something negative. Maya means this is just way of saying that there is a higher reality which is eternal. And until you keep moving towards reality, that is why we go for a guru or for that who will hold me if I am lost. Anywhere in the Maya I get. So that way Maya should not be. It's not a matter, it's realized, see, as a folly. If we are nestled into the reality, then everything else is Maya. So why you need to ponder over about it? These are just mere terms. As this in that discussion, this also came. No, words have no meaning. It's how you go. These are just let's say way to find your way through them. So Maya should be understood as different levels of the consciousness. Don't worry about it. No need to think what is Maya and what is not here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome. See, as we read Ramayana, Mahabharata, because all kinds of examples are there that people forget and they start talking about events. Its relevance is in today your life when you are caught in a situation, how you find your day. That is the utility of Itihas, that's why we call Itihas. So this example I gave you because you are familiar with the story. Otherwise it can be given from your own life and you can give that this how consider, oh this was Maya. Every time it is happening. So it's not negative. We say Bahur Ram Maya Sirna Na Hamastak Navata. Kyun? Because that is one level of consciousness which we have not attained to. So it is true for us. For somebody who is higher attained, it is Maya. So this ultimately Maya is not something negative. पुनरघुवीरई भय भगति प्रियारी माया खलु नर्तकी विचारी, ऐसा डिफरेंशिएशन किया गया कि to divinity, to supreme, it is devotion, bhakti, which is dear and not Maya. Tate tehi darpat ati Maya. And because of that, to the devotion, to the bhakti, Maya is scared. Iske paas mera chalega nahi. So the devotees, those who are there, Maya do not work on them. And that is where the Narad forgot Somaya, gripped him. If he was knowing, no, this is how it is, whatever I have been given, it is through him. If there is no my power, then nobody could have touched him. Huh? So this happens in life. Absolutely fine. No need to ponder over anything. A trust, Joanna, that is the key. So what you are doing is when you keep becoming your own evidence, that will keep you through everything. So many things you will start telling me instead of asking. If you practice with very deep trust, you will tell me instead of asking, and this is how it happened. This is how it's going on. And that's the beauty and that's the truth. So you keep going up in the consciousness level. Mandalas you keep crossing.
Pranam Guruji.
Yeah. Namaste.
Pratyush here.
Yeah. Yes, Pratyush. Yeah.
So I have a question on.
Yes.
In one of your satsang, you had talked about not being judgmental, right? And it's very hard for us to not judge anything or anybody, because there's certain things we hate, we are repulsed by, right? So how do you suggest us that we are not judgmental by anything or any person? For example, Chinese, right? We hate Chinese right now. It's again a judgment. So yeah, I want to hear from you.
See, only judgment, I think perhaps that you missed, I also said that in some such saying. The judgment, when I say, there is only one judgment. As I said, there is only one doubt. All other are queries. There is only one judgment, and that is not considering other divine. That's the only judgment. All else is discernment. Like you gave the example of Chinese people. Yes, on the border, when they are as enemies, it is very clear. We are Indians, we have our identity as an Indian national. They have their identity as Chinese national. Now we have not evolved our polity to such an extent where nation states are not needed. So it is agreed in the society that you will not interfere my boundary and I will not interfere in yours. If you do, then we will have to fight. So it's agreed. So we are not hating them. Same Chinese, see, they consider Gautam Buddha was born here. And you know, most of the Chinese worship him as God. They are considering their God to be in your country. We don't know their sentiments, how it is. So if they come as seekers, we welcome them with open arms, same people. But if they want to fight on the border, so then we are there to fight them as equals. So we are not hating them. We are doing our Swadharma. Here, as that long back Merlin has asked me this question. That if we were so great and good, how we became enslaved by power. That time I had told that, I remember. That as guests, we have this Panch Yagnas in which guest is considered God. Atithi Devo Bhava. So people came here and we accepted them with open arms, and they had different kind of morality behind the back all the time, such things happen. You give somebody, invite as a guest in your house, consider, and from there do start doing backstabbing. That is what happened. You see the history, because the history which is real is still not out and is still not taught. How many of us know about Rani Abakka? So there are stories and story behind what reality happens. So we have been very open people. Parsi Raja in Malayalam and this Kerala. Heroes are there. How many things we know about Rani Jhansi? What really happened there? How they were conducted? Little is known. So this has been a land of very high morality. So we do not judge people. That is called discernment, right discernment. Where you are coming as an enemy, we welcome you as an enemy, we will fight. because that is also we say, and that if you are fighting while in the war, if you are killed, you go to the heaven. That means you did your duty. That is the meaning of it. So it is not to promote the fight. It is to say that while you are doing your swadharma, you are following the dharma. Wherever, in whichever identity you are caught by the so-called death. But if you are highly conscious, as I said, that soul conscious, then nothing will happen to you. Go to the higher lokas. So discernment, which you are saying judgment, that's discernment. At what particular point in certain way with this identity, we have to deal the same identity. If it is for the love sake, yes, we have to go loving way. And this is not mass, this thing is individual to individual. At the country level, some decision is happening that we are going against. So as a national, we have to follow. But there again, there is no hatred. Next moment, some sandhi happens. Anywhere fights go and sandhi, that treaty happens and our behavior change. So this is intelligence issue. All wars are fought in mind and all wars are won in mind first. Whatever happening on the ground, that is very secondary. There is a well-known example given in spirituality that Maharshi Aurobindo was sitting in his ashram and he suddenly put his this like this on his thigh and said, war is over. And that time the treaty was happening there, World War. How did he come to know all this? So such things are the consciousness, the very mystery behind it. We have to keep exploring this all as sadhaks. So we don't judge. Everybody is divine. That is the only judgment. And anything else be just a discernment. Vivek to hona chahiye. But that is no emotion, no negative emotion is not attached there. What we should do, that is discernment is needed. When satsang, vivek na hoy. And without satsang, there is no vivek, discernment. And Ram kripabil sulabh na soi. And without the divine willing it to happen. But people take this very negatively. They say, Bhagavan ne nicha ki hum satsang mein. I have heard so things. One should be very, very wary of all these things. This is not. We should do our maximum. Say prayas, prarthana, and pratiksha. So we should do our prayas maximum. When we become prarthana, then if it is not happening, that is called pratiksha. It is not pratiksha pehle karenge. Aisa nahi hota. Say order should be correct, order of priorities. So, is it clear, Pratyush?
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah. It should be clear. That's what we are here for. Clarity, purity, and correctness. We have very limited vocabulary in Sahaj Smriti. Did you notice this? With few words, we make do our communication, and it becomes clear. Because if we start using Sanskrit, billions of words are there, most capable language of the world. ये वो रानी दासी बनी हुई है, ऐसा है, पूछ नहीं रहा उसको, पर पूछना पड़ेगा. When time comes and they realize that इसके बिना काम नहीं चलेगा, then they will have to come back. Till then, yes, this is prarabdha. Sanskrit is undergoing prarabdha because its upholders are nikrisht for the time being. उत्कृष्ट होना पड़ेगा. अपनी चीज की वैल्यू करना चाहिए, जो आपकी, what is your own. If you do not uphold that, who else will do? One David Frawley, how much he will fight for? You have to fight for your values and make them for the world, that world realizes, oh, truth is here. Then he will be valued. Yes.
Guruji, this is Prabhuram. In the
Yes,
same context of your previous question, where we are telling that we should we should know how to deal with somebody like attacking you. In many of our dealings, there are many people who will hurt you, who you may not, they may tell things which you may not agree. From a spiritual point of view, do you think it is their maybe ignorance that is causing that, or what is that? And or from a perspective, how do you deal with that?
See, Prabhu, this if somebody is physically harming, then it is understandable. But if somebody is saying something and we get hurt, that means it is our weakness to a certain extent. We have not come to that state of realization where we can accommodate that word. I understand. It is not that somebody says. Some energy comes with the word. It is that energy, even if people do not say and they are hurtful towards you, you will feel it. There are people, people are capable of so many things that they may not say a thing, but still. Correct. But that's what I am saying. This is contributory behavior. It is not always. Maybe that we are focusing only on words. And even if it is negative, then also it is not that we should judge at them, we should pray for them. Because you are capable. That is Sahaj Smriti Yoga's one great virtue or quality, that they are capable of absorbing whole world's negativity. Not one person. This Sahaj Smriti Yoga has this potential that every one of us is capable of consuming whole world's negativity if they practice properly. Practice properly, your capacity will increase. But from the same point where we are sitting in our sadhanas, our respective sadhana, from there we will see things, then we will keep making such kind of complaints about life and thinking that other is the problem. It is not. See, Bharat, so that's why again comes Rama. Bharat was so angry with his mother, and he thought he is rightly angry because he was going according to the dharma at that time, and that dharma is still the same also. Dharma was that he pondered from the point of view, it is said that anybody who comes between you and your God, everything for the soul, nothing at the cost of soul, is still same. He says, how come my mother come between God and me? My God is my brother, or he is in the form of brother, but he is God. How she could? So I have right to tell her that no, I will not call you my mother. You have done such things. He says, was it right? No. When he reaches to the Ram, means reaching to the Ram means reaching to a realization. So what he is saying, Mahu Sakal Anrathkar Mula. All that's what is happening with me is I am the root cause of it. Kyo? Then he realizes. And that is the capacity of the Sahaj Smriti Yogi, that he realizes that anything negative is going at the deepest level of consciousness. If it is hurt somebody, that means if that person has not evolved to that extent. Right behavior, yes, we say behavior should be good, but these are internal things which cannot be decided on the very superficial mental level with the set norms and all. There are deeper things, capacity. So in a spiritual path, we should think how I can become more capable to take all these things in my stride and still stay compassionate, loving. It will not be tough when we practice. When we stop practicing, then it is tough. Because it is not something this is given in a platter on a superficial level. Otherwise, it will not be real. But sometimes our gurus, they give something. So, okay, you give a taste of it. Once we get the taste of it, For the larger amount of the sweet, if we want to eat, we will have to be delivered. Huh? So we have to work at it. Is it somewhat convincing, Prabhu?
Yeah, when you say work at it, you are saying daily practices and those kind of things is what you mean by, or we have to work at it by means what?
Yes, practice is the key, and with practice, automatically there will be changes in the behavior. We will perceive other divine. The moment you perceive other divine, you consume whole. If there is any negativity, most of the time I have seen that it is not in the other side that the negativity is, only we are perceiving it wrong. But we are so adamant in our judgments, our discernments, that no, this is like this. Because normal behavior, you see, that's why I mentioned first physical. In normal behavior, which we call norm kya hai? If you are talking about office people, if they are going beyond a norm, it will come to everybody's notice, to your boss or to your junior. If you are talking about community, again there are boundaries. People will come to know who is at the wrong side. Even in the family, even within, everywhere such things are there. So access is very easy. See, you are not one person. You are many persons within you. Sometimes you hurt yourself, which is the beginning of every problem. Sometimes to maintain our image, we don't knowingly wrong. Kisi ko pata nahi chala, nobody is coming. That is where it happens. So you should be first, you means everyone should be first non-violent towards oneself. Then to a non-violent person, nothing violent disturbs. That is 2 levels. Always refine in behavior, and that comes from practice also. Practice is the key. As I said, practice is multi. As I told you that small paper, it contains the juice of all. Just you have to do the practice and see that means what every stage, it means something else. Because it is how life should be lived on the planet at this point of time. That speaks of, isn't it? Are we practicing all those things that don't expect, absence of expectance? जब हमें expect ही नहीं है, how can we get hurt? Some expectation is there, that's why the hurt is there. So many things are behind hurt. First and foremost is our own, not our own incapacity. Yes, I say contributory because it will give to the other end. No? If I don't say, so I am deliberately saying contributory, but once you practice, you will realize even this has some mystery behind it. But in reality, it is something else. Once you are free from hurt inside, none can hurt you. This is how it is.
Is it not their ignorance that is also causing the problem?
No, it is not their ignorance. Hurt nobody. No ignorant persons. We will not be. If we are knowledgeable, howsoever ignorant other person is, we will not be hurt. Never. It is lack of our own knowledge, something maybe we are in our own high-mindedness, we are thinking we know the reality, It's not true. We are never hurt by the ignorant, no. They are a part of the mercy, the compassion. Yes, physical boundary I am deliberately saying that should be maintained at least. Because people lose their balance in physical violence. Otherwise, I would have recommended that also, because that will also leads to intimacy. Like children sometimes jump over you, but that doesn't make that makes you more intimate with your children. But these days, people do not have that solid body base and all, so I'm not recommending that. Other than that, it is purely our own capacity which we can develop with the practice. For sure, we should trust and do and see ourselves. It should be done, the practice, the way it has been told, and see.
Namaskaram, Guruji. This is Pramod here.
Yes, Pramod.
Guruji, I remember asking you this question long back. It might sound silly, but my question was, that point of time, is killing these mosquitoes that bite us, is that harmful, or is it a crime? Not a crime exactly,
No.
but how do we define that part? I remember, I don't remember exactly what you told me,
Yes,
but I remember you telling me it's okay, it's not wrong.
Yeah, it's not, yes.
But I don't feel remorse after that. But of late, I've started killing these red ants and all that, coming into the house and all this, wherein I didn't feel remorse. But of late, I'm feeling remorse for everything, and I'm not able to find my way there.
Yes. So this thing is there, Pramod, that complete non-violence, outer levels of existence is not possible at this point of time. That is where we have come by our collective karmas. That some, but yeah, inside in our heart we can still stay non-violent with knowledge of that. But amount of violence that can be handled with proper consciousness, proper understanding. So yes, when a mosquito is biting in your cheek sitting, you are entitled to kill that mosquito. There is no harm in it. Because that is how the life and the consciousness is. Yes, absolute, people ask for absolute answers. That is not correct. If I tell that in absolute you don't exist, if you are asking for an absolute answer. So people these days, what they are making mistakes in academics, I am addressing another issue from now. In academics, what they are in intellectual discussions, what mistake they are making, they want to understand a thing in absolute terms. That violence, I mean beating your child with a small hand is also violence for them. And that is necessity. But after some, to the extent it is needed, not beyond that. Who will decide that better than their parents if they are not mad people? That this much is necessary for that, otherwise not listening to certain extent, age. After this, no, not necessary. Is this violence? So these child rights and whatnot, from where all these are coming, means they are seeing their parents as what? Means crime people or what kind of? That these are the criminals? It's not. Maybe that is suitable to their societies. Here in India, I think still, it is the protection they have given, so that we keep accepting things. No, there are excessive cases. Those are extreme cases where such things happen. More or less, we know as parents how to deal with our children. So violence, then when you say, it is if you feel remorse by committing some kind of violence, then you have to devise your behavior accordingly. You cannot be double-minded. If you're rodent you kill, you feel bad, then you should not kill. Find out what to do. And if you feel, no, it is harming my existence, then you are entitled to kill. So ways have to be found out how to coexist with all creatures. See, in certain situations that becomes dharma, in certain situations same activity becomes adharma. So that has to be when we are in consciousness, we are grown. Then while you are doing, you will not have this double-minded behavior, because it cannot be told like a textbook that no, you can kill this or you will not kill it. Minimum example I have given, which is, our role is to keep our sanity alive and kicking. Sanity. The same person knows. Now we can kill a mosquito. Now we can just sing Jazu. Nothing like that. So it's a state of consciousness. But yes, life is dear to all. And so long as we can coexist, it is better. And when we are moving towards higher consciousness, something automatically go away. We need not harm them. And so long as this has not happened, we deal with them as much as needed with reason. There are no clear-cut answers that should you kill a rodent or not. No. If somebody is giving this, I have nothing to say about that. Yes, this I have to say, that once you become conscious, you know how much, where to leave and where to beat it. Is it clear, Pramod?
Yes, Guruji.
So don't be this thing guilty about it. If you are doing something, that's why you know your Swadharma, that this I should do and this I should not do. And that comes through the consciousness practice. Yes.
Thank you, Guruji.
Welcome.
गुरुजी नमस्ते।
नमस्ते प्रीति। यस
हाँ, मुझे एक क्वेश्चन था मेरे मन में कि अभी कोई अपने फ्रेंड सर्कल में, कोई दुनिया में अभी पता भी नहीं है, कोई ये पैंडेमिक की वजह से चल रहा है, तो हम कुछ फ्रेंड्स और हम लोग ऐसे डिसाइड किया कि हम लोग प्रे करेंगे, रोज एक चैंटिंग करेंगे कि ये सबको थोड़ा पॉजिटिविटी मिले और किसी का भला कर दे, भगवान थोड़ा सा कृपा कर दे सबके ऊपर। तो अगर कोई सफर कर रहा है और कोई दूसरा उसके लिए प्रे कर रहा है, तो जो सफर कर रहे हैं उस पे कोई असर होता है या उसके जो प्रारब्ध है वो भुगतते ही रहेगा और हम अपना ही चलते मतलब चैंट करते रहे?
That has been, people are experimenting that. It is happening in Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital in Delhi for some years. They are now in practice that somebody is there and now in the bed unconscious, and on behalf of that they are doing chanting far away and experimenting, and they say positive results have come. It is case history I am telling you. It means those who are attested by scientists and all. Yes, because we are the vibration ultimately, and subtler we become, it works. But there is a mechanism to it, because that chanting is being done by they are not even relative of that person. They are professional pandits, those who know how to chant. So they are doing, and that they are providing them those means finances, whatever we require. We call it dan lakshana. Same thing. Means to make a thing happen is what we call yagdan or tap. So yes, this works. It is now they are proving it. But that's what we are saying. We all are related if we catch the right thread. Another person is open, then yes, it works. It works. But then we say that somebody is prarabdha because half of it you are saying. That way, that thing, see, we cannot play God. We can say, we say for the welfare, that's all. ऐसा हो जाए for the good of the other person. Yes, we are doing our work and without any sort, so there is no harm. It is good only. But neither the one will go under. See, one passes away or something happens. Are you calling that prarabdha, or one person is half dead comes alive? Are you calling that prarabdha? See, somebody's time has come and somebody is pulling him back in a very bad situation. Such questions are there. We should not play God, we should pray. That is fine.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
Guruji, my Sachidananda.
Sachidananda, yes.
Guruji, every Sunday at 5:45 p.m. I will do the meditation. At that time, I got very energetic and also I feel very comfortable. But regular meditation, I can't feeling that emotion, vibrations. So how to get practice regularly? Please give me suggestion, Guruji.
So as I understood, you say sometimes you are in a position to sit, and other times when you are not emotionally fit, then you have a problem in sit. This is what we have many levels of our existence. These emotions are perturbed. They make us disturbed when we cannot comprehend our position. That what should I do in this situation? That is where the turmoil happens. If we are clear what should we do in this given situation, then emotions will not puzzle us. If we are in a happy mood, happy situation, we will behave accordingly. By chances, if we are not in that much happy situation I am saying, then we will behave differently. But clarity is always there, that how we should behave. So then we can, whenever we are sitting in meditation, with that clarity we will sit. So coming to the clarity, there should be no clutter in the mind for that day. That today I have to do this, that clarity should be there. And if you accomplish that, then do not think of any other thing, then you can sit. Because if you accomplish something and you start again putting your mind for something more, then again disturbance will be there. Enjoy your accomplishment and move on with that. That is how you can practice. That's where the cleaning comes, that you clean all that when you are sitting or meditation. Before that we have given cleaning. When you clean it, because the same agency which is making you perturbed will work for cleaning. Now it cannot deny that I have not done that. If it has done the cleaning and again it is perturbed, then you will ask yourself, no, what is the point in cleaning? If it is not coming again, that means I have not done it properly. So you have to identify the agency. And that agency we call identity, which will keep changing. That Sunil said, Maya. That's it. The same thing, it is changing, transforming for the better. But you have to, you see, pinpoint. No, you are this. If you are not this, then how come you are behaving this way? So all the things are within you. We are outside unnecessarily looking. Once that is identified, then it will become easy to sit in meditation. Clarity, yes, that is the key for you, Sachidanand.
Okay.
हेलो,
Yes.
मैं प्रभु बात करता है गुरु जी.
हाँ मोहन जी, yes.
तो मैं गुरु जी से सुबह बात किया था. क्या है, वो महामारी अपना अपार्टमेंट में भी आ गया.
अच्छा.
मैं थोड़ा ऐसा तालाब में छोटा पत्थर डालता है, थोड़ा रिपुल होता है, वैसा मन में आ गया. पास में स्टेबलिश है.
कितने वो थोड़ा सा प्रिकॉशन तो लीजिए, पर भय मत उसमें मत पड़िए. जितना जो जैसे भी जहाँ आ गया है वो उसका निकालिए, उसको दिमाग से, वही है अपना करके कि ऐसे कैसे, मतलब हमें बिना प्रभु का किया कुछ नहीं होता. उससे हमें मन में वो कुछ रखना नहीं चाहिए, कुछ भी, कोई भी ऐसे थे ना, ऐसे कुछ कहानी याद करना चाहिए अच्छी, पॉजिटिव, कोई भी अपने लाइफ से या संतों की लाइफ से, जीवन से, उनके जीवन में देखो किसके जीवन में कैसा कुछ आया, पर उनके भाग्य में वो वैसा दुर्भाग्य था नहीं, इसलिए उनके साथ वैसा नहीं हुआ, पास से चीज आके निकल गई. ऐसे पॉजिटिविटी से देखना चाहिए. ते उबरे तिहु काल मा जे राखे रघुवीर. Whenever the trouble is there, but unko all the three states means of being, say, present, future and past, sometime, every time, in all stages, they are protected whom God wants to protect. तो ऐसे कहानियाँ हमारे पास बहुत हैं सब जगह। तो कोई कहानी आप ऐसे अपने मन में रख लो, उससे ऊर्जा लेके रहो, उसके तरफ ध्यान मत दो, बस प्रिकॉशन लेना हो, कुछ नहीं, आपको कुछ नहीं होता उससे। ऐसे सोचना, अपने मन में बहुत पॉजिटिविटी लाना। पॉजिटिविटी बहुत बड़ी वो है, औषधि है। पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग बहुत बड़ी औषधि है, इम्यूनिटी बढ़ाती है, रेजिस्टिविटी बढ़ाती है बॉडी की, विवेक बढ़ाती है। और ये चीज़ें बढ़ने से वो जो आप बोल रहे हो कि थोड़ा सा वो पत्थर का पड़ने से जैसा रिपल आ गया वो चला जाएगा, उसका आपको उस पर ध्यान नहीं देना है, ध्यान इस पे देना है कि पॉजिटिविटी है। इस तरह से करने से ठीक हो जाएगा, वो हट जाएगा मन में से। उस पर उसको सुनना नहीं ज़्यादा, जैसे ऐसे आगे अगर लोग चर्चा करते हैं वो मत, आप उस पर चर्चा ही मत करो, उस पर बस खाली इन्फॉर्मेशन रखो कि हमें क्या करना है। और उसके कोई ऐसे हो गया, फलाने को वैसे हो गया, वो सब बात ही मत करिए उससे, क्योंकि आप हमेशा हायर कॉन्शियसनेस में रहिए, कुछ नहीं होगा।
थैंक यू गुरुजी।
नमस्ते गुरुजी, हेमा हियर।
नमस्ते, yes, Hema, I can understand.
गुरुजी, हर समय हर वक्त ईश्वर और गुरु के कृपा के पात्र बनने के लिए हमें क्या करना है?
याद करना बस, और कुछ नहीं करना, बस उतना ही है। प्रैक्टिस जो हमारी है वो स्मरण का ही तरीका है, स्मरण से श्रुति तक पहुंचने का, स्मृति से श्रुति तक। तो परमार्थ के बारे में हमेशा लगे रहना और बस याद करना, और कुछ नहीं करना। हमारा व्यवहार अपने आप वैसा होता जाता है। हमारा व्यवहार इन मतलब ये जो वो इसको ऐसे कहते हैं कि जो हम जिसको चाहते हैं वो हमें होना पड़ता है। अच्छा, ये ऐसे सीधे बोल देने पे थोड़ा ब्लास्फेमस माना जाता है कि तो क्या ईश्वर होने के जाने के लिए मुझे ईश्वर होना पड़ेगा, गुरु के पास जाने के लिए तो क्या गुरु होना पड़ेगा, तो वो ब्लास्फेमस लगता है। लेकिन है नहीं, मतलब जिस चीज़ को हम जानना चाहते हैं वो हमें होना ही पड़ता। पद थोड़ी है वो कोई। तो जैसे हमने सवेरे के सत्संग में कहा था कि डिसाइपल इज नोन हाउ मेनी गुरुज ही हैज क्रिएटेड, दैट इज द मिस्ट्री ऑफ पार्ट ऑफ इट। तो जो कुछ हमें होना है, जिसके पास हमें जाना है, वो धीरे धीरे हम होते जाते हैं। तो सदा ऐसा कृपा बनी रहे, ऐसा हो, उसके लिए यही तरीका है कि हम परमार्थ में डूबे रहें और हम याद करें, अपनी प्रैक्टिस करें, व्यवहार करें, इसके अलावा कुछ नहीं चाहिए। सबका फल स्मरण है। हाँ, वेलकम। ईश्वर बहुत रसमय है, हम कहते हैं ना रसो वैसा। कैसा है ईश्वर? कहते रसमय है, जीवन में रसमयता बनी रहती है। लोग ऐसे सूखे करके चांट करते हैं, वो थोड़ी उससे कुछ होता। कहते हैं वो ईश्वर को पत्थर मारने जैसा रस नहीं है, अंदर बाहर बैठे ना करते हैं मैकेनिकल प्रैक्टिस, वैसे जैसे ईश्वर को उठा के पत्थर मारे, जागो जागो तुम क्यों सो रहे, ऐसे थोड़ी होता है उसको। उसको अपना पार्ट समझना चाहिए, हिस्सा ऐसा, तो जीवन में उतरता रहता है।
Pranam Guruji, this is Shank.
Yes.
Actually, this is a question from Mr. Nagesh. I think he posted in the chat window. How to redefine purpose? Mr. Nagesh.
Yes.
Purpose, Guruji.
Namaste. So this is the question, Nagesh, no?
Network clear.
Okay. That how to
because
redefine.
we are not clear about the whether we have achieved or whether we are clear about it. So
So you are saying how to find, not redefine. See, purpose is नहीं वो नहीं ये पहली चीज तो यही है कि attainments are there, spiritual attainments are there. So in some point of time somebody takes a call, this much attainment I am fine, like in this world somebody earns 2 crores and she says I am fine, now I will not work. I will not work in a company, I will work otherwise. Somebody says 2 lakh I have, I will not work. Somebody says 2 Arab I have, I will work. So it is individual consciousness. So this is material example. Now come to the purpose of life. Same way in spirituality, when you are moving, there are attainments, spiritual attainments which come. So we get somewhere satisfied, as you said, no, I have attained. That is the mistake. Nobody ever attains that way. They attain, but not ultimate. There is no end to it. It's infinite. You may become infinite in that end. So who is at attained whom? So that is mistake of judgment, error of judgment. Somebody has thought. So they have to just correct that this is how it moves. And that's why I say ultimately, even if you have become infinite, now what can be more than infinite? See, attainment is happening in your consciousness, isn't it? Spiritual attainment is happening in your consciousness, and consciousness is infinite. So how can there be a point that I have attained? So they have made an error of judgment. So they have to define that until I reach to that stage. And once you become infinite, that you ponder over that word and you will see that there is no end to it. Only you need a place to nestle in, that's all. That is how it is told that you will see the whole creation inside you and will see yourself inside your guru. So that your position is clear. But there is no end to it. Just you have found a place to nestle. से मछली को बटा के पानी में समुद्र में डाल दिया, अब वो वहाँ बड़ी होती है, ऐसा.
It's a continuous process.
Yes.
Ananta hai.
Yes.
Only place we have located or not, that's yeah. That comes with trust. Okay, Nagesh, thank you. Thank you all.